Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode here of my Let's Play series. Today is episode number 31, and we are starting off here at my flower farm, right next to my ice boat racetrack here. And I've been pretty busy in between episodes collecting some materials, and basically what we're going to be doing today is making a pretty close replica of this farm, but using the new Nether materials, because we're going to be getting, well, the new Nether materials that you can get, like the plants, the mushrooms, the fungus, stuff like that, in order to build another farm that we're going to be building later this episode. I don't think in order to make it you actually need to use all these. I think you just need where it's being bone meal to be this, but I think I'm just going to build it all with this. I'm actually going to be building it over by my main AFK area, which is not too close to here, but I did want to show you real quick kind of how this works so you have a decent understanding of it. It is off right now. But basically the way it works is it's glazed terracotta over here so the slime blocks don't stick to it. And then it's just a flying machine here that when it hits this observer sends a bone meal or a pulse that goes out to a bunch of dispensers that dispense bone meal to fill this all up. The reason that this is where it is because it's in a really good flower biome where it gets I think like 14 different kinds of flowers that come across. So yeah, I have it off right now. I have a little off switch down there. There's a bunch of mobs in here. I actually forgot to light this up down here. But yeah, my little collection area is down here for it. These are all the different types of flowers that can come in for it. And yeah, I'll just turn it on real quick, show you guys how that works. Just the flying machine goes across, as you can see here. Let me get out of here. Yeah, flying machine goes across. I did design this myself, and the one thing that could make it more efficient is if there was another observer over here that sent out another pulse, because right now what it does is it just comes back and with nothing on it. So it could go twice as fast, but it's not too big of a deal just because that would use twice as much bone meal, and yeah, it doesn't really need to be more efficient. And so yeah, basically I'll show you the redstone down here. There's my sorting system here. The redstone at the bottom here. Just hop down. Yeah, basically that observer sends a pulse that goes to all of these that dispense the bone meal out. I have these hoppers here just to have a little bit extra bone meal in case I want more, which I had. And yeah, so basically it just sends a pulse into the block, which unpowers this torch, which powers this one, which sends a pulse out here, which dispenses bone meal up onto the grass. Yeah, that's basically how this works. Pretty simple, but we're going to be rebuilding it over by my main AFK area since it's the new Nether materials and they don't need to be in an actual specific spot. So yeah, it should be pretty good. We're going to head over there right now and get to building on it. Alright, over here by my main AFK area, and got a little platform here set up in the air here where we are going to be building the farm. Nothing crazy, just kept it simple. For the bottom here, the sea lanterns that you see in the middle here are actually where the dispensers are going to go. So yeah, should have plenty of coverage. I'd rather have more, too many than not enough, so just spaced them out so there's 4 in between each and then just 2 to the wall. So yeah, should be good. And right now, the next thing that we're going to do is just get into a time lapse, I think just building the rest of it. So I will see you after that. Enjoy. Alright, end of the time lapse there, and got the flying machine in here, got all the redstone done under here, and also got all the items that we're going to be sorting down in here in the chests. We have 2 for each thing, 2 for the crimson fungi, 2 for the warped fungi, 2 for the crimson fungi, 2 for the crimson roots, and 2 for the warped roots, and then 1 extra here just in case there's anything that comes through like that. So right now, I think if we break this honey block up here, it should send the flying machine off, so I'm going to do that. And yeah. Okay, just kidding. Didn't send the flying machine off. Maybe over here. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, alright, messed up this flying machine. I'll see what I did wrong real quick. Fix it up, and I'll be right back. Alright, got some stuff figured out. Turns out that it wasn't actually the flying machine, it was just that you can't use honey blocks for whatever reason. I guess it's just one of the mechanics. So yeah, I'll send this off. I also realized I didn't put the glass in there, so it's probably for the better that it didn't start anyway. So yeah, nothing left to do but test that it goes, and they're working fine. And then when it goes over this observer, it should bone meal all this. I got the bone meal fully stocked down there. And did I mess this up? That shouldn't happen. I think this is the right setup. Let me check here. See, maybe do I have this repeater in the wrong? I might have this repeater in the wrong way. I'll check that when it comes back. But yeah, as you can see, picking up all of the stuff here, taking it all the way back to these hoppers here. Again, I only did the observer on one side this time again, just because I figured it just made everything a lot easier. Yeah, it looks like I had this repeater the wrong way on both sides. I thought that I went that way, but I guess it goes this way. We'll see when it comes back if that is the case. Yeah, I just made it one side because the redstone signal going through them would be a lot more complicated. And yeah, I'm not too worried about the efficiency of this thing. Yeah, okay, so the repeater was the wrong way. And yeah, so it should be picking up all these items here, taking them forwards. It might leave one every once in a while, but that's perfectly fine. See it come back here, drop all the items in the hoppers. Yep, hoppers pick them all up. And yeah, it's still going. So I think I'm going to AFK here for a little bit, test it out for a while, see if it keeps going. And yeah, I'll check back in with you after that. Alright, so I've been AFK here for somewhere between 3 and 4 hours, and I was looking down there and it looks like it's still going. There's still bone meal in it, so that is definitely a good sign. The flying machine didn't get messed up or anything. Let's just see if it goes again here at the end. And yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of pile up over here just from the stuff that the flying machine dropped, but nothing too crazy for 3 to 4 hours. I mean, obviously the stuff despawns, so that's fine. Not a big deal at all. Not worried about that. It does what I want it to do. It gets all this stuff here. And then now we will check down here what it does. Wow. Yeah, that is really, really good. Should be plenty for what we're going to need for the trees. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. Oh. Oh. Okay. So our storage is full of these. So yeah, we'll probably, I think these can go to bone meal, so we'll probably just add a bone meal, a composter at the end of that. I don't think I have enough wood in here to do that, but I'll just add a composter there and just have the rest of it go into bone meal. So yeah, that's a really, really good sign. Yeah. So yeah, successful project here. And yeah, now that we are done with this, let's move on. Alright, moving on from that for now, and today we are going to be finishing this tunnel. At least I plan to, unless something weird happens. That's the main reason I'm doing that farm right now, is to get enough of the mushrooms to be able to grow enough of the wood to mine in order to place the buttons, the cyan-colored blue buttons, from the new warped trees. To do that, so that's why I'm doing that this episode. But right now, the next thing we're doing this episode here is I've been crafting up a bunch more of the prismarine bricks, and we are going to be doing this top layer here, and then doing some more after that. So I'm going to get into time lapse doing that, and I will see you after that. Alright, there we go. About 18-ish thousand blocks placed later. We have the outside walls of this tunnel going all the way to my nether base complete. In the kind of the home stretch of building this tunnel, all we need now is the ice and then the buttons on top of the ice, and it should be ready to go. So I think the next thing that we're going to do is head over to my starter base actually, and we're doing this because we are going to be adding to the circle farms that I have over here by the base. You probably haven't seen these. I haven't really been over to these in a long time because I just don't use them. But I do have all of these farms over here for a bunch of different stuff over on these mountains here that basically most of the farmable items and then a bunch of the trees too. So what I'm going to be doing is finding a good area to build two more. One of them for the regular red nether trees, and then one of them for the warped blue nether trees. So I'm going to be adding two circles. I'm going to do that, and I will see you after that. Alright, there we go. Got these two circle farms set up here. Lagging a little bit, but yeah, so got these two set up here. They're the same size as the other tree farms over there. That's why they look a little bigger than these ones. And yeah, so we need a bunch of this one. So for this one, I'm just going to place them in like a normal pattern where they'll grow evenly. But this one, since I'm going to need a lot of them, I am going to take a bunch and then just plant them in a big square here. Like so. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll probably just go 10 by 10 with it. I think these can grow anywhere from like 6 to 20 something blocks. So yeah, it can be pretty big range. So I think what I'm gonna do is plant all these, bone meal all of them up, and then like break all the nether wart first, and then mine the wood. So yeah, it'll be a lot, but that's what we need to do. We're gonna get a lot of the warped wood, warped stem, I guess, in order to complete the bridge project. So yeah, I'm going to brought a bunch of bone blocks with me to bone meal this right here. So yeah, I'm gonna bone meal it. And then I got my hoe here so that I can go through the wart and the lantern lamps, whatever they're called, the shroom lights. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut to a time lapse, just bone mealing these up, mining them, and I will see you after that. Alright, there we go, end of the time lapse there, and I quickly realized that doing it in the box formation kind of was not going to work, because unlike these kind of trees where if you do that, the logs will grow through the leaves, the nether wart just stayed where it was. So when the tree grew, there would still be the nether wart blocks there, and the logs would just get lost. So it was definitely not worth doing it in the box way. So I just did it one tree at a time. Ended up getting a bunch of the warp stems. I think this should be enough, if my calculations are correct, to get us through placing the buttons along the bridge. So yeah, pretty successful project here. Got the rest of these just planted all around here. And yeah, so pretty good here, pretty successful project. And yeah, so I think for now, I did want to mention this is not going to be where we permanently mine or farm these trees. I just wanted to have this here, just use it for today, and to just kind of have it because I think it adds the more circle farms I can get here. I think it just looks cool. So I like the way these turned out, and yeah, let's move on to finishing up the bridge. There we go. Finally got this bridge project done. I actually really like the way that these buttons go with the prismarine. Might be something that I use more often actually. This color going with the prismarine, I think it actually matches pretty well and works really well for this tunnel. So yeah, I got this shulker box in here actually full of the boats. I like the way that looks. And yeah, just gonna go down here. And yeah, seems like it works pretty perfectly. And yeah, so I calculated up about, and it was somewhere between 50 and 52,000 blocks placed in this tunnel here. So yeah, it's well actually it was probably closer to 60,000 because I didn't calculate these ones. So yeah, so pretty no, it doesn't need to be specific, but just a pretty ridiculous amount of blocks got placed in the building of this bridge. Obviously it would have been quicker if I used the blue ice, but I'm not worried about that. I just don't want to have to use all the rockets. And yeah, so this is I think a very successful project here, and I think with that is going to do it for this episode. Built a really cool farm in today's episode to get all of the smaller new nether materials, like the fungi and the like the grass plants and stuff like that. Built that over in our AFK area, and then we did some more on this bridge, and then we moved over back to the starter base, built those circle farms. Again, those circle farms are not going to be my main ways of getting the wood from these trees. I will build an actual farm, but I just wanted to have that there just to get this bridge done and to just have it over there. I like the way it looks. And yeah, so yeah, pretty successful here. Pretty successful episode, I think. And yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. I'll just get to the end of the tunnel here. This has been episode number 31, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.